All right, we're live. We're doing some Pendragon, Salisbury, nope, Summerland. Yeah. This is good. We're all set up. I might have noticed just as we went live that the screen stretched in an awkward way. So that's great. Oh. Yeah.
Is it at least the Summerland one?
Yes. Yes, it is. The question is, did it actually show up on Twitch right? Let's verify.
It looks correct on Twitch.
It looks fine to me.
Okay. All right. We're going to do some intros while I fix this. We're going to start with Rebecca.
Hello. My name is Rebecca, and I play Lady Owen. Currently residing in Caraheg. And Princess of the Unseelie Court during the autumn, which it is not.
All right, and Emily.
I'm Emily. I play Lady Beatrice, the Enchantress of the group, I guess. It's not really Barrowcrest. Yeah, I went on my adventure last time, my solo adventure, and now I get to chill. Right, Bob? Right?
Yeah, everything. I mean, this is, if there's anything this game is, it's a super relaxing, chill for good vibes
cozy game.
It's a cozy game, yeah.
Yeah.
Cozy Pendragon.
Get your hot chocolate and round the fire, listen to some little fairy stories.
It's fine.
And Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian the Lost, who got super lost last time. Yeah, that went great. That went exactly as planned. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have a cat in my lap, and she tends to fall off.
That's fair. All right, and Cyberbro.
All right, I am the Cyberbro. I'm playing Sir Lucius Julius Julianus, and if you see me looking down, I've got a dog who is still a puppy, and she's rambunctious.
All right. And I'm Bob. I run this game. If you see me looking down, I'm probably going to grab my beer and drink it, because it's been one of those days. So,
yeah. Love it.
We are playing Pendragon, Summerland Enchantment, kind of. I probably really should have given it a different title once you guys were all exiled, but that's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. We want to keep our title.
Yeah,
for Summerland in exile.
It'll be restored immediately.
Exile.
For sure. All right, so we have some decisions to make here. I need to know if anyone is making childbirth rolls this year. It is a player's choice.
And by someone, we mean Beatrice.
Not necessarily. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to clarify with who. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see if there's a chance that it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
All right.
But if it doesn't make sense storyline-wise, I won't.
I mean,
I don't see a problem with it at all. I don't think they're like fighting. So
No.
roll a d20.
Which table is it? I want to be able to look at it and not see Rebecca freak out, and then me not be able to find the table.
Roll at it's at the tippity top, table 5.5.
Tippity top. Okay. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm rolling a d20.
Yes, you are.
13.
20. 17.
Hey.
Child is born. Roll a
And then d6.
Roll a d6.
6.
It is a son.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you got a boy.
I got a boy. You forgot we
One of each. The blessed 2 and 1 of each. That almost never happens. The amount of people that have like 6 kids that I know, because there are not many, but you know, you always hear of those big families that have big families. They're like, yeah, we're trying for a boy or trying for a girl, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, yep. And you have four of the other. Yep. So yeah, You got one of each. Congrats. You'll have to come up with a boy's name.
I'm already looking.
I just heard a really loud noise. I just want to check and see if that's anything that's muted or. Oh, okay.
Did I knock my mic?
It's okay if it's you. Yeah, it's okay. You were active at the time. I just want to make sure that wasn't feedback from elsewhere. So if you're the one actively participating in the conversation with me, a little bit of background noise is okay. Otherwise, it gets distracting. So I assume no one else is, like, for example, Florence would just roll on this table all the time for funsies. So
Well, Florence is actively
yeah, I know. I'm just putting it out there.
smooching. It's just how babies are made.
I'm not trying to push, the childbirth thing.
Look, I would
we'll
have.
continue.
But
We will continue. Yep. You made your choice.
I was loud.
No, you made your choice. Yep. Okay, we will move on. We're gonna quickly determine some things. We're gonna do like some 5-minute vignettes here. Let's talk about what you're aware of. You can all give me your choice of intrigue for gossip or battle, let's say.
I'll do intrigue.
My favorite role. Success.
Success. I think. No, I didn't actually roll. I lied. It is a success, though.
Success.
Right, everyone passed. This is even easier. So, we shall go to the new map.
There's a new map.
There's a new map. The years will be moving to 507. There is a portion of Summerland that's been liberated. The Bristol and then the Northwest. So really close to the border of Barrowcrest, actually. You're uncertain of how much that border extends to Barrowcrest itself. That will be something I'll have to talk to Lucius about. But it sounds like the Northwest, so St. George and everything around it. And they say that King Cadwy sits once more in Bristol and Greatbridge. All right.
Good.
Yeah. So you're all aware of that. Now we're going to dive into some really short things. Before we do that, why don't you all pick 2 things on your sheet that you didn't recently test as part of your what am I looking for? What's the word?
Winter phase?
Yeah, the winter phase, the check system that you just went through. Pick 2 things that you didn't test and test them. And that's what you did over like Yule, effectively.
Gotcha.
Hey, lollygaggers, welcome in.
Hi, guys.
Hello. So we're picking 2 things to test.
That we didn't test during winter phase.
Yes.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna try and find something.
So if you test them and you succeed, then you're going to roll them a second time and you want to fail. If you fail, then it goes up by 1. And for whatever reason, maybe you stepped away for a second, Cyberbro, but if you didn't, I can't see you. Okay, all good. Just making sure that your background wasn't hiding you. So.
Oh, no worries. My dog's got some stuff going on, so I was just kind of
have at her.
to make
Yeah,
sure.
you're all good.
But test it again, no problem. All right, succeeded on that again. All right. more successes. Okay. B.
So, what happens if I fail on the first roll?
Just ignore it. It means you failed. Like, if you succeed, you're getting a tick, and then you're testing the tick right away. This is to make up for the fact you guys didn't get a proper winter face. So
Okay.
or a proper
I
Christmas
didn't
support.
get anything because the dice giveth and they taketh away.
And you said just 2 things?
Just 2.
Those.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right. So now I'll test my go uppies.
Okay.
So to confirm, I succeeded on both of my rolls 2 times, so then they don't increase, right? Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
It happened to me too.
For those that just joined us, we are just finishing out the winter phase portion of Pendragon. So this game has a yearly progression, and we're just moving to the year 507. They're just completing a couple of rolls here. This is kind of, if you've played Call of Cthulhu, it's very similar. You get to test the things that you checked earlier, and that's what they're doing. But it seems like everyone's all good, right? Everyone's ready? Cool. All right. We will continue then. Back to the vignettes that I proposed, and do real quick short ones, like 5 minutes each. We're going to check in. I'm going to make these more random, so they're not something you want to do, is something you get stuck with. Rebecca, roll 2d100.
Okay. That is Twitch. $2d100. 23 and 30.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is going to be with one Sir Grade. Sir Grade is basically your shadow. When I won't go as far as to say stalker, because he's quite civil and hospitable, but he definitely is trying to court you, and you're having to dodge him on a regular basis. In this particular attempt, though, I need to know, he's basically caught you in the courtyard. Do you want to try and get out of here before he has the opportunity to come over?
How aware is Olwen that he's actively trying to
It's very obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
know. Even for Olwen, it's obvious. Like, he's just. You're like, oh, a coincidence, and then everyone else starts telling you it's not a coincidence, and you're like, okay. So it's not even just your secret. It's like everyone knows.
Yep. Sounds like, for as good as intrigue as she is, it's one of those like, oh, it's something happening to me.
Yeah, right over the head. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she probably is gonna try and, as gracefully as possible, figure out a way to.
That'd be a great directed trait, like obtuse or like lack of self-awareness, like -5 whenever I'm trying to do this and it pertains to me.
I thought they were just really nice.
Yeah.
What do you mean they were flirting with me?
Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to not be perceived by him.
He's seen you. It's a matter of, do you want to play the part of, you can still make an excuse and dodge out. I think it'll be just a little obvious that you're dodging him.
I probably need to at least let him talk to me, because I've got pretty decent courtesy score,
But at a certain point, it's gonna be obvious that I'm giving him the slip and not the one he wants.
Yeah. All right. So is this roll courtesy to come? You know, if we don't have to play it out a lot. Yeah, right. I knew that was gonna roll courtesy. I was gonna say complete, but that's okay. Roll courtesy to successfully dodge out of the scenario, so without offense. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, I succeeded.
Okay. Yeah. You basically small talk in a pleasant enough way, and then make your excuses, which are only slightly untrue. You're just speeding up a timeline of something you were going to do anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have to read fairy stories to Finnegan now, so.
Isn't he a knight?
Well, it's less about, the silly little fairy stories and more about the, real realities of it. He needs to understand that.
Yes,
about fairies.
The real realities of fairies.
Yes. I'm sure one day you'll find out.
I'm sure I will. Okay, with that, we will give you a tick on courtesy and a tick on generous for like 507 though, not for testing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we will go next to Emily. Roll 2d100.
Ready?
You're all good. Like I said, these will be short.
43 and 86.
Okay.
Rebecca, I see you smiling.
I was thinking about clipping the roll courtesy.
Okay. I thought you were looking at the table, and I was like, Rebecca,
I just wanted you to know exactly what was on my mind.
Okay. Make a test on divination +5.
Ooh.
It's a magic thing. Yay. It's a +5.
Indeed.
Nothing.
Oh.
You have a dream that you're walking around a land that you're not all that familiar with, but the mountains and the trees aren't that far from, well, like the terrain doesn't look that far from what you've seen around this castle. Specifically, maybe up to where the water you've been to, except for the water's like dark, and the trees are all kind of like dead and gnarled and blackened. It looks like Mordor, for lack of better description. And you can't help but wonder what happened here. When you wake up, you're left with a bad feeling about it. But by time you wake up, one of your kids has peed on the floor, and you go to address that, and you forget all about the dream.
Sounds good.
Okay. We will give you a love family test, because that sounds like a terrible thing to have to endure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as someone who has endured, I believe that exact scenario at least once.
Bob definitely has.
Success. Do I take it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it seems wrong to have Beatrice at 13 with love family, but it makes sense given the mom.
From that used to be mom and Nimue, and now it's
family has a new meaning. Kid. It's almost like that can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should really be higher. She
It'll get there.
obviously loves him a lot more than her mother.
That's the thing about having a low score in basic role playing or in Pendragon. When you test it, you're more
Always
likely
get
to succeed.
higher.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we will go to Nicole next. Why don't you roll me 2d100 for Elian?
Sure. I need my hand back, Cinnamon.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
36 and 25.
Okay, I need to. This is interesting.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
That one was interesting too, and that did not go well.
Test. We'll start with a chaste test for you, Elian. And we got some bonus cards coming for y'all in a minute. For Nicole. Oh, look at
I
this.
crit.
Oh boy.
Not only did you crit, you get a bonus card. So you get a +3 at some point tonight to a size test, a just test, or a strength test. So Elian, with the pass on chaste, you have an encounter with. First off, your chaste is 8 now.
Yep.
And that means your lustful's down 1. You have an encounter with a lady at the court who reminds you a lot of your ex, your lost love. And it's enough to really sit with you. And at the end of the day, you decide not to pursue it. For whatever reason necessary. I think I would like to propose that it's like that chaste amour concept. So we could give you an amour for the lady and give her a name, or you could simply kind of double it back to the memory of your ex.
I mean, Elian is not lucky in love. Let's be honest here. So,
and there's a big difference between a chaste amour and an amour. That is kind of a new chivalric concept that hasn't quite hit yet.
okay.
This is the idea of never looking to enact it. So with that crit, you would never be looking to move that to love. You would love her from afar, kind of thing. That would, like
that's not creepy at all.
No, it's not stalker. Think like Lancelot to Guinevere before he fucks up.
Before he fucks up, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go with chaste amour, just for funsies.
Okay. All right, roll 3d6. Let's see how much you have in amour for this lady.
Hang on, the cat fell off the chair. You said 3d6?
Yep. Right, and a more of an 11. So you can add that as a passion on your sheet. And that is your vignette. We will move next. We'll move next to Cyberbro.
All right, it's me. So
we're getting all your your noise there.
Fix some typing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, how many dice do you want me to roll?
Okay. You're gonna roll 2d100.
All right, 47 and 8.
Okay.
Back in the mist.
Right. Something we glossed over how everything went, but before you left the ladies, the lake, your amour left you with something. You also got the impression, maybe you got the impression, give me a spiritual or a worldly roll, or wordly, as our Roll20 sheet says.
Okay, 1 second. All right. Yeah, I'm half and half on both, so I'm gonna go worldly first. Okay, success.
Yeah, you're. She asked for whatever reason. She just happened to have some kind of gift. It was like wrapped, and she handed it to you and asked you to give the gift on behalf of the ladies to the Winter Prince. It's clearly not a weapon.
Clearly not a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have accepted the gift and put it with the others.
The question is this something your curiosity is going to appeal to? Like, are you going to... She didn't give you any directions that you can't.
Cyberbro would be tempted, but I don't think Lucius would be. So I don't think he would be tempted to like peek inside. I think he's more consumed with the fact that she just flat outly told him that, hey, we can't be a thing.
Okay.
Because of her oaths and...
All right. Okay. You can take a tick in worldly.
Huh?
And then we will give you a tick in... let's give you another tick in honor.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have... Is it a bonus card for everyone? Is that what I heard?
Yes, it was everyone got a bonus card.
Okay. Rebecca, your card. Religion, javelin, or recognize. That could be useful of 3. Emily, +3 to either proud, size, or boating. A little less useful, but you might want
Boating.
Proud. Yeah. If you're gonna boat, this is your session.
If I want to boat, it's the time. The time has come.
Yeah.
Go on a little itty bitty boat on the little river.
Look,
Nicole. Oh, we got a +5 card to mace, loyalty.
Nicole already got one.
But it was for everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one.
So
there's
you
one
already
for all
received
of
the
them.
Nicole one, and then
Nicole already got one, so then it's Rebecca, me, and Cyberbro were the next ones.
they were all redeemed at once.
Yeah, because it was redeemed Nicole, redeemed Emily, redeemed Rebecca, redeemed Cyberbro, and then that's it. So
And
everyone
then
has one.
highlighted. Everyone gets a card.
But where did Emily get one?
Yes,
Jess?
everyone got one. You redeemed Nicole's like earlier.
don't
Nicole
miss
gets
that.
the
Was
size
before they
adjuster
rolled.
When I
strength.
rolled.
Okay. Oh, good. I thought
So
that was
Cyberbro
just-
gets that one.
yeah. So Cyberbro, you get the mace, loyalty, or arbitrary at a +5. Super,
sick. I
super
didn't-
great number. Really bad things. Loyalty could be useful.
Yeah, I just gotta find a mace. That's
All of a sudden,
I gotta find a boat.
Mace.
you know, like what's interesting about that is if you happen to have another weapon and you're not as good at it, you get the +5 sometime. You might be like, yeah, I think I'll use it right now. Why not?
yeah.
I have an advantage.
Today's
to
the
it.
day.
Yeah. Could encourage people to do the non-standard stuff. All right. Thanks, Lassam Brujo. We will carry on from there. With that, we move to Easter Feast.
Easter.
Feast time. Also, boating is not something that's available on our sheet.
Should be. At the very top of skills. If it's not, you can add it in as a custom skill.
Mace
we don't-
also
yeah.
gives me
we don't
skill,
have
so it
it.
might not be one.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I had to customize your sheets. Oh, yeah.
I added it
Mhm.
in case I want to go boating with a 3.
Right. Just remember it's temporary.
Well,
So put
still.
it at 0 and then remember your card. Okay, let's go ahead and get some feast music going.
Swan neck again.
And let's get some feast cards.
Ooh, hell yes.
Cold meat slices in ginger sauce, honey glazed roast chicken, rolled with mustard and pine nuts. Nicole, we're getting the background.
Oh, sorry.
there. And venison and fermenty. So there we go. We will. I need to find the music. It's killing me not to have music. One sec.
The food from this feast actually looks appetizing. Like, actually
Right?
sounds
Yeah.
appetizing.
I actually got hungry reading about the honey glazed roast
Listen.
chicken. So
Yeah.
Tiles is the best title for food I've ever heard. I'm just saying.
It's charcuterie.
Meat tiles.
yeah, yeah.
What are you doing?
It is a very interesting one. Okay, so see, are there any guests for this one?
I think the question is whether that we know,
Yeah.
seeing as we're in a completely different kingdom.
Well, no one we know, probably. It's going to be people from surrounding
might be.
areas.
There might be, because, people tend to go to different places for the feasts.
I can't find Anna's token. That's weird.
Oh,
Well.
no.
No.
I'll get you Sunhaven Anna. She has the crown and everything.
Good lord. Okay, we will move to the feast and the feastiness, and let's do that. I gotta cut you over. Here we go. All right,
Yay.
so now we're gonna start with our appearance rules, and we're gonna see where y'all are sitting.
Yes, I get to draw cards.
Lady Olwen is near the salt, not above the salt.
Oh, I succeeded.
Elian is also near the salt.
I'm not going to be. I'm just saying it now.
Lucius is also near the salt. Oh, Beatrice is
Beatrice.
above the salt.
Hell
Has-
yes,
In
Beatrice.
God's name.
It's that maternal glow. You have like
In horse God's name. That has never happened.
No?
That's fair. Oh,
Wild experience for me.
hell yeah.
right? You're
You-
probably
you got
having
the-
I'm higher
a
than
very
you.
young infant with you at this point. And part of
Little.
being a guest here is, of course, getting to celebrate such things. Of course, aside King Leo de Grance, there is Queen Anna,
Yeah.
Anna,
Anna.
Queen Anna, and little Gwen. Little Gwen is not also depicted because I tend not to depict the children in most cases because it's a pain in the butt to update them every 2 years. So, all right. This is a 2-round feast. Actually, we're gonna make this a 3-rounder.
Yeah.
King Leo de Grance is a king. He's not poor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. We have our person above the salt who never sits above the salt. So what would you like to do while sitting above Lady Olwen?
Oh no, this means I have to go first.
Mhm.
I don't
Can't-
like
You can also
And you can't
you
pick
can't pull cards. You can opt to give up your seat above the salt if you want. You just have to make a certain test to try to do so.
No, it's okay. I got this once. I'm not gonna give it up.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't have my normal gossip buddy. That's very upsetting.
There's one other person here. So Lucius is here, as is Meliodas or Minodos. Yes.
Minodos, yeah.
Yeah. He back.
Minodos is returned.
Can I? Because, okay. So the king and the queen would also be above the salt, right?
Yes. The king, queen, and Gwen are above the salt. I don't think anyone else is.
Okay. Can I try and just... Me and the queen got off on a bad foot. Can I just try to just generally have a nice conversation? I'm not even looking for anything for it. Like, I just want to have a decent conversation.
Okay.
Or it's not like, oh, yeah, the peasant girl we're taking care of.
Yeah, it's like, how did she get up here?
Like, because the last time we talked, she kind of did the fake, like, oh yeah, it's great having you here.
What a lovely situation.
Exactly. So I want to at least try and, have her at least be neutral towards me.
She had that Daenerys smile with the squinty eyes on her.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. And Beatrice would like to actually be. I'm using the baby as a buffer. Little cute children, really easy way to have chill conversations with people.
Ulterior motives. With
it's like babies. Also this very cute infant.
Baby bonus.
Yeah.
Right.
It adds to all your courtesy rolls. It's like cute infant. But look.
Yes, you can. So your options for this, Emily, is Beatrice could. I know you have a terrible courtesy roll, but that's what it's going to be.
I do.
Your alternative to trying that is you can try and be temperate, which would be like looking after everyone and making sure they're fed first and stuff like that. And it's like another way of appealing to grace or such, or indulgent and just get hammered. That's the other option.
No, we're gonna temperate this because courtesy is real low. Hey!
Would you have crit if you rolled courtesy?
If I rolled courtesy, no, I would have succeeded.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's higher than that, Bob. I know it's low, but
okay,
it's higher than 3.
Right. Well, it goes well. You look after Leo de Grand's, their extended family. Everyone's kind of up here enjoying themselves. You meet a couple of lords and ladies that are either really wealthy and Leo de Grand's vassals, or if they're not wealthy, they're someone related to them. There's not a lot of really renowned knights from here, so no one's up above the salt in that structure. And you serve them. What was the first thing? You're like, anyone want any more cold meat slices and ginger sauce? Yeah. And wine. You just help make sure everyone's enjoying themselves as you abstain from enjoying your own self. Right. That is worth 3 geniality. This is going to be a high glory situation for you. I think that might be higher than you've ever had in a feast.
Yeah, to be honest. The amount of times I've been on the floor below the salt where I'd get nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, right. Beatrice was pretty much the only person that got glory last year.
Yeah, it's true.
I saved almost all of us.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Almost.
Olwen.
Can Olwen draw cards, please?
Yes, you may.
How many do I
How much
get?
glory you have?
61, 69.
So it's 3. 1, 2, and 4. So it's 3.
Hell yes.
Just drag and drop.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Where'd you put them? Oh, there.
Right here. I got a lady's favor, a serving girl flirts, and inflamed passions.
And I will note for these are always assumed to be serving girl. It could be a serving. I know that doesn't matter for Owen. I'm just saying if it did for anyone, you can gender twist these cards as necessary. So, all right. So what are you picking? I will warn you that this one is leaving the feast.
Which one is leaving the feast?
If you crit, you depart the feast with the girl.
I if you're pinging it, I can't see it.
Serving girl flirts.
Okay, there we go. Got you. What are the odds that I crit?
Never say that.
Anyway.
It's true.
Lady's favor. Well, I think I want to do that one though.
Which one?
The serving girl flirts.
Okay. Okay, and it is a serving girl. Just verify. Okay. All right. So in that case, what's
I rolled the flirtings.
Yes, you're gonna make a flirting roll, and we'll add some color commentary to it after.
It's a success.
Okay, so success is just an extra geniality and a tick on flirting. It's not departing the feast, which is probably best case scenario for you.
Yeah.
So that will be the card say +1, 2. Yeah, you get 3 geniality, and I'll give you a name. Aelwyn and Olwyn. That's great. Yeah. Right. And let's pick a random location. Where do they hate? Let's figure this out. Silchester. They really hate Silchester. We go on and on about how much they hate Silchester. That's in the extended
kind of way.
That's in the overextended detail. Right, and so you mingle
Is there anything
away.
that you don't hate?
And she, it's very quiet. It's like, well, there is one, something like that. Yeah. Okay, that brings us to Alien for round 1. Nicole.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do I recognize any of the knights from my previous escapades here?
Yes, yeah, you would, because you've been on a couple different journeys with them.
Yeah.
If you're asking specifically about the ones that are presented here, you all would know this person. This is Sir Grade, by the way.
Ah, the one who believes that he might be engaged to Olwen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Brockvale. No, I'm just kidding.
Shades of Grade.
I'll talk to Grade.
You don't have to. I could generate someone randomly, but what was your idea? What are you looking for here?
I think she was just chatting to hear about what's going on.
Okay. Sure. That would be like a gossip roll, so that is going to be an intrigue. like
Yeah.
as the case. And we'll say you're just around a group of knights. Then we'll leave Grade off to the side because I talked to him specifically. You can probably just chat around the knights that are near the salt. You know, I'll give you a couple of names of knights.
I did not succeed.
Okay. Good luck saying that. Sir Goriel, I think his name is, and Caerleon, which is in Caerleon. It's Sir Caerleon of Caerleon.
Love that.
Yeah, that is amazing. Yeah, so these are a couple of the knights you got to know, so you can make notes around that. These are people you met in, I forget what the Carrowhage is the name of the castle.
Yep.
All right, and yeah, they don't talk a lot about anything really. The only thing you kind of get from them is they're like, you know, there are a lot of mercenary knights here, and Caroline looks like, of course, they're looking for work.
Yeah. I don't learn a lot because I failed that.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yep.
All right. Then you're mildly distracted by new food coming, and at that point we cut over to Lucius.
Okay, Lucius is wearing his finest toga. The good one. He's had a lot of togas, but this is the good one.
Okay.
And he has the ring.
Time to get out of my travel clothes and get into my court clothes. It's just to say it's another toga. Exact same kind. Yeah.
Changes the shoulder.
He was traveling in disguise. He had pants on. He burnt those pants.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Never again. But yes, he has his toga on along with Lysandra's ring. Rather than wearing it, he probably has it around like a necklace, that type of deal. Maybe Lucius is the one who started that trend, but he's wearing it like a necklace. I don't think because her fingers are probably smaller than his, so it wouldn't like fit. So he's probably wearing it like a necklace.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So let's see. You know what? Because Lucius never draws cards, he is notoriously chill at feast. He's probably just hanging out with Minotos, just sitting there, assuming that those two are in the same area. Him and Minotos are just kind of hanging out.
Do you want to do a temperate alongside Minotos? He's not partaking in alcohol.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'll do a temperate alongside Minotos.
Alternatively, you could have indulgent and you could turn it towards food. You could be a foodie with Minotos. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with temperate.
Okay.
I've got a 14 in it, and so that's so Lucius. Oh, sick.
Yeah. So the two of you are maybe, you know what? Maybe you're like you gotta try these, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you're looking after him and some of the knights around him. Where did we put him? In the mix. Okay.
I think I saw him off to the side.
Yeah, he's over here. Got him. As you do, there's a mercenary knight that kind of leans over and looks at you, and he's like, you can tell that like his positioning puts him at a point where he has trouble accessing the food, just from how many people are around it. And he looks at you, and he shows manners beyond what you're used to in a mercenary knight, like where they're all dogpiling it. He just kind of looks at you and waits to see if you offer him anything from your own access to it, because you're like right perfectly placed next to the food.
Yeah, you know what? I think Lucius is the type of dude who would. So I believe we're on honey glazed roast chicken.
It's still the meat tiles for you. So.
Oh, still the meat tiles. Yes,
Our
I
meat
offered him
slices.
some of our. Yes, I offer him some medieval Lunchables.
Awesome.
Please partake of our Lunchables. You know.
Feastables.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He says, "Thank you, sir."
Sir Lucius Julius Julianus. I go by many names, but tonight you can call me friend.
A pleasure. There's a look of scrutiny as you mention your name. And then he resolves to courtesy and says, "A pleasure to meet you. I'm Sir
In your
Isleworth."
name, Isleworth. From whence do you hail?
The road's my home now, my friend. Like,
I just let that awkward silence just hold. Like, that wasn't an answer to my question.
Yeah.
But okay, Isleworth, noted.
all right. And with that, we go to round 2. I will get a recognized test from everybody, but we're gonna give a -3 to Lucius for sure. So you can apply your geniality. -3 to Lucius, and
So that becomes a -1 then.
yeah, flat for Olwen and Beatrice. But you can add your geniality again. Beatrice says no.
No, never.
Elian, we're gonna do a -1 for you.
I'm gonna use my card.
So Elian, you're just flat because you okay.
Art.
I have a +3 on my recognized for my card. So
3 +
I
2.
succeeded.
6. I succeeded.
Okay. So there's this thing, something happens, and Elian, let me think about what happens. You know what? For shits and giggles, because this is between everything, why don't we get Rebecca and Emily to roll a D100 real quick?
What each?
Yes.
39.
29.
Okay. Cadrigan moves quickly to Elian and is like, we need to find Lady Owen. Can you help me find Lady Owen? He seems like notably like more. He's never concerned about anything other than the kids stress him out, right? Like, and Beatrice slightly scares him, but other than that, it's like he's usually hard to read. He's got a good poker face. He looks not in distress, but there's something urgent for sure.
Yeah, I think when he is urgent about something, she knows it's serious.
Yeah.
So, what do I need to do? Is that an awareness check?
No, you actually go and you find Owen from the back, and when you kind of walk up to her and you're like, "Lady Owen," you realize it's not Lady Owen.
Sorry?
And you're like, you're almost certain that it was Lady Owen, but it's not. And you're left. Give me a sight roll, Elian.
Oh, my excellent sight. Okay.
Yes. Well, you never know. You never know.
Oh.
That's why you never know. Definitely Sealy. Certain.
Great.
Yeah. And what do you do or say? Because it's kind of like this awkward thing where you went up to her, you approached her like you knew her, and then all of a sudden you're like in her space, and she kind of looks at you like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, what do you say?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone else.
Give me a courtesy roll.
Like, what else is there to say? I don't know.
Okay.
Success.
You'd be best to mind some space, Sir Knight. She's clearly not recognizing you for. You can tell by the reaction, you know, you're another bro knight from her perspective, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and you just got a little close, like you know. She reads your scenario for flirting, but your words are kind enough to not make a scene. But it makes enough of a scene where, like, all of a sudden, Olwen's like, "Oh, there's Cadogan and Elian. I wonder what they're." And then you're like, and then you see your sister. Yeah.
I race over. Like, I have like a full spoonful of ginger sauce in my mouth, and
we hold for your action.
Yeah.
Think about how you want to apply your interaction with her, whether it's courtesy, intrigue, what you want to do when we get there. But we go to Beatrice now.
Okay. I want to roll something. 1 second. I'm making a decision here. I'm gonna go to Minotos.
Okay. Yeah, he was sitting. Actually, yeah, he's still kind of hanging pretty close to Lucius, so you can go interact with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is your intent? Do you want to find information out because that would be intrigue? Do you want to just be nice, or do you want to like look after him? What do you aim?
She's looking for information, but not in a hostile way.
Yeah,
It's
just gossip.
She hasn't
right?
talked to Minotos since basically she called him out on being drunk all the time.
Let's start with an intrigue roll, and you can add your 3 geniality to your intrigue.
Okay. Success. This is the worst success I could get.
Well, at least you can't fumble
At least
with it.
I couldn't fumble it, you know? I'll take it.
Yeah. All right.
She's gonna wait until he slightly parts from the pile of people trying to get food.
Yeah, he puts a hand on Lucy's shoulder and says, "Excuse me, friend, I'm off to the privy." With that, he turns to walk. Clearly has had way too many glasses of water, trying to abstain from the wine. And then he stops in. By the way, after saying that, he was totally heading to the courtyard. He was going to cheat. He was just going to pee in the bush. Yeah. He stops and he looks at you. You haven't really had the opportunity, even though you've both been in court for a little while. Like you haven't had an opportunity to interact. He smiles and he walks over to you and he says, "Congratulations."
Thank you. I should congratulate you, though.
And then he's like, "Oh yes," and he's like, "For what exactly?"
I seem to remember a man that couldn't walk in a straight line most of the time, and regularly either passed out or was relieving himself in bushes or in public.
Well, yes, it's true. But such a man has died, and before that man existed, this man was a twin, and we two brothers made a habit, a profession, out of humiliating guests at feasts on behalf of the king.
I remember we were afraid of you.
Yes, I'm very dangerous.
Oh, yeah. When did he die? The drunk man that couldn't keep a hold of himself.
That much I suppose I owe to Lucius. Perhaps a bit of Olwen, and perhaps a bit of Elian. Perhaps a bit of you.
Oh no, I did nothing. I yelled at you once and it didn't work.
I'm not prone to scolding.
It works for me most of the time, you know?
So I hear from Cadwigan. I'm just kidding. He would never tell me that.
Oh yeah, he would. You traveled with Lucius recently.
Correct.
What is it like?
Traveling with Lucius? Well, he goes on and on about his oaths and...
What is home like?
Oh,
I know all about what traveling with Lucius is like.
He laughs. The Cornish certainly still have a foothold. I would say much more than that. They have all the major cities, but for Great Bridge, I hear most of the Northwest is liberated. If Nanteliad should continue his march south and not conquer but offer it back to King Cadwy, which seems likely since he put Cadwy back in Great Bridge, I would think him rather successful against the Cornish. Nanteliad commands support all the way to Lindsay, though I've heard some interesting news. News that you might have little concern for, little interest.
What news is that?
The knights here were mentioning an envoy from Lindsay. It appears, and he kind of leans in secretly and says, they aim to take back London this year from the Saxons.
Can I ask you something, Minotos?
I'm afraid that I'm not into married women.
I'm holding an infant, so I'll resist the urge to badly wound you or worse. She says that deadpan.
Yeah. He winces a little bit. Yeah. Because there is always that fear of, actually, this person could like really ruin my life if they wanted to.
How are the people in Summerland? Or what used to be it? Not the odds of us getting Summerland back. What are they like now?
There's hope in many of them. But there are those that are still grieving what they've lost, and I'm sure you heard about those that were burned. Some were just common folk who happened to be superstitious.
That has something to do with me, I think.
What do you mean? You weren't even in Summerland?
I
Well, not since-
insulted Cornwall's prince. And I'm known as a necromancer despite not ever actually doing it.
There are a lot of things to blame yourself for, but it seems you can't put that on yourself.
It's hard not to sometimes. You know, my temper gets us into enough trouble.
True. Even so, if the Prince of Cornwall were to go about and slaughter the innocent because you insulted him, that speaks of his character, not yours.
He's a rat.
In that, I think I
He
can
thinks he's
agree.
very, very smart. You and I both know he's not.
Oh, while we're at it, did Owen perchance visit Mother's this autumn?
Yes.
Ah,
Do I want to know why you're asking that?
oh, there's Olwen right there. And then with that, he...
Minotaur's
Yeah.
She's gonna stop him really quickly. I meant to thank you. A long time ago.
For what?
Do you remember dancing with me?
Yes, you stepped on my feet several times.
And you did it to make Cadwigan jealous.
That's what I used to do. It was one of my weapons.
You were part of what got me to being happy now. Even if you were playing a game.
Well, I am nothing if not a series of accidents.
She puts out her arms because like she's a child wrapped to her. But
Yeah.
she puts out her arms. What do you think I am? Just generally like, me too, bro.
Yeah, he'll laugh and then we'll kind of we'll shift over to Alien. You got a pass on that, so that is another 3 geniality. You have for sure broken your record on geniality. I don't even have to check anymore.
Oh, yeah, 110%. This might be double my record. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, sorry, we don't go to Alien. We go to Olwen. Order of list. I'm so used to Olwen being the first, always the first. So
always.
I beat you this time.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
All right, we go to Olwen and sister.
Owen kind of like runs up, slides, and says, "You found me? You're muted."
She looks at you, and you can tell she's not here because you're here, and there's kind of like a look of like, damn. But she kind of, the question is, do you? What was your intent? We got to start with your intent. What is your intent?
My intent was to
I gave you a mission.
My sister.
Yeah. Okay. So is this courtesy? Are you looking for gossip? Are you looking to take care of her temperate? Are you looking to
gotcha.
just chat courtesy? Are you looking to gossip?
I think
find out what's up. You know, like
I think I will do some gossipy things because it's been a while, and like last I understood it was like
intrigue +3,
including geniality, or you just
yes
automatically
the geniality is why I'm saying +3. So intrigue plus your geniality.
Gotcha.
Now, Alien, because you are here, you can participate in the same gossip if you want, or we can simply say you were distracted and kind of pull a card or do something crazy, like after the event happened. Because picture like a busy party, right, where all of a sudden the dynamic constantly changes. Yeah.
I think she's gonna try and keep up with this more because.
Okay. Why don't you give me an intrigue roll as well, and you can we can use that as you eavesdropping, and then if there's going to be a follow-up little conversation to the two of them catching up, so you can we'll have Owen and her sister talk for a minute, and then Alien, there'll be a bigger scene in a second, and we can kind of shift to your turn in that and play, like, have the two. Anyways, I'll get to it, just trust me.
We both succeeded.
By the way, everyone who ticked intrigue, you get to tick that because that's your action, right?
Yeah.
If it's your feast action and you roll it, you tick it. So temperate got ticked for those who didn't. If it's a random roll, I ask you to roll it, you don't necessarily take it. Okay, so Alien or Owen, Mephanmi has a slight look, and she's like, "Oh, Owen, you're here."
Hi. Yeah. I am, and so are you.
I am. Indeed, I am.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to do a contested intrigue roll against your two.
Oh, against the two? Cool.
Yeah. She's like, well, I'm here to see you. You know, you know there's something more, but you believe that part of it, because why wouldn't you? She's your sister.
I'm there and I rolled better than her. Do I pick up on?
Yeah, you pick up on that being maybe as you eavesdrop from,
Yeah.
Wait, so, were you going to surprise me since you didn't know that I was here? Or...
Well, I knew that you were in King Leo de Grance's lands, and I came here to find out where in Leo de Grance's lands you were.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm here, so how have you been? I've missed you.
There were some tough times, but I've recovered, and things are well.
Good. Where are you staying? Are you staying here?
Well, I'm staying within an inn here in Carrowhage, yes.
For how long?
A week, perhaps 2.
We should do something, or something. I don't know.
Yes. So, Alien, as this is happening, you see her eyes keep looking around. You did pass. Her eyes look right over you, and they continue. So either she failed to recognize you, or she's not here for you.
I keep cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, you cut out there, so I don't know what that was.
Give me one. You know what? We're gonna take a very like a 1 minute break. So if anyone needs to run and do anything, actually, you know what? Anyone who needs to go take let's say 2 minutes, just to give everyone some time. We'll race back. I'm gonna fix my mic, and we'll go from there. With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people, folklore for general and mythical knowledge, battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love of family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty, or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. All right. I know I said something. And we're back. But I know I said something key just before.
You said something to me about what was going on with
yeah. So
you looked through.
Mafanwi's eyes looked right at you and carried on. So either she doesn't recognize you, or alternatively, she's not looking for you.
I mean, I've never met her before, so I have no reason to believe she's looking for me.
You recognized her as being of the Sealy.
Really? Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me check something. Where's my suspicious? Oh, I'm super sus. Do I check that?
Yes, you are certain that she is here for no good, and that's either to deal with you or something else nefarious.
Lovely. Okay. Wait, do I check suspicious king of over there, or it's just?
Oh, what was your number in that?
13, but my suspicious is 9.
Okay, so 13 minus 9. So you had a +4 in it? Yeah, that will go up to +5 for suspicious of king of over there. Okay, so as that happens, my family's like, well, you'll have to update me on everything. How did you end up here? I heard there's a war in your homeland. Obviously, that perhaps has something to do with it.
Yes, it has.
Oh, but perhaps we can speak more of how are you doing? And she kind of tries to change the subject to something more positive.
Oh, I mean, all things considered, I suppose it's lovely that we at least do have some sort of place to stay for the moment. But
Cadrigan clears his throat.
Oh, hi, Cadrigan.
Lady Olin.
Anyway, yes.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak about Evrain Bowie.
What? Yes. I think
your time.
at first, he gave like a little pouty face when he was interrupting, but as soon as he mentions them, I think she is, as much as she wants to catch up with her sister, like she is focused. No, I can talk now. And then she'll just look sadly to Mufanwi and say, please find me after some time.
Of course. I was going to ask you. There's rumor of someone being here. Perhaps you've met them.
Ask me.
She leans in with a bit of a whisper and she says, they call him the Winter Prince?
We're taking care of him.
Her eyes like kind of widen. She's like, he's here?
He's under our care. And if anything happens to him, I'll be very upset.
Of course, I'd love to meet him. With that, so with that discussion going on, we move. Alien, you participate in that same. Is there anything you wanted to do? Because we kind of resolved what you did. You got the eavesdrop, you got the gossip, but is there any action Alien takes following this up?
I mean, it's kind of pointless now, but she tries to tell oh, dude, don't mention
Yeah.
Pendragon. Nope.
Yeah, and it happens. And
Yeah,
then
it happens. She goes,
It was
"Damn
gonna. She
Yeah.
loved
Go find
her
Pendragon."
sister too much.
no, I just
And
want
she-
to verify because it's been a long minute. Everett and Bowie were they survived the battle in
They survived, and last I heard, they were potentially ransomed or something.
Abray is being held by a man named Cadman.
Yeah.
I took notes. I have
Yep.
a sticky note right there that tells me it.
We've received news of the placement of your knights. They are alive. They are being held, but not hospitably. And oh, we're getting noise from you, Nicole, on that.
Oh.
Yeah. We received news. They're being held, but not hospitably. I've seen this sort of thing before. Some knights are less honorable than others. It does cost to feed someone, and if
How do we get them back, Cadwigan?
I can make arrangements. I don't have to do it myself, but I can make arrangements.
Whatever you need.
I'll have to talk
a
to
good night.
Beatrice first.
Well, phrase a
because
good night.
He's like, I'll have to talk to Beatrice first. Because I'll need to go to Great Bridge at the very least and see if Dogged is there.
Right. Not that you need it, but of course, do everything that you must. Not that you need my permission, but yes.
All right, with that, we'll close out those scenes to deal with geniality. We got an intrigue success from Elian, so that is 2 for Elian, and for Olwen, that's 2 as well, right? Success?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that brings us to Lucius. Sir Lucius. What would you like to do?
Let's see. They've got all of that going on, but Minota's definitely separated from me, so I don't know what's going on with the gathering of branches. So I think Lucius is trying to strike up conversation with the knight that he met. So as the knight's eating, as that knight is eating. So tell me, what brings you to King Leo de Grance's lands?
Who are you talking to? This guy?
Irewith?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll just go ahead and do that. All right. How are you approaching? Are you looking to try and get a sense whether this guy's sketchy?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if
Okay.
he's sketchy or not.
You can take 2 actions. You could choose to just simply roll your suspicious as an action, and you'll get your answer on whether you think he's suspicious or not. Or you can try and dig with intrigue, and it will be contested. You'll still get geniality even if he beats you, but you won't get the full detail if he beats you.
Okay, contested, intrigue, or suspicious. Let's see. Lucius is a suspicious person. Intrigue. Oh, that would be law. Yeah, I'll go with intrigue. It's law, but contested intrigue versus law.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is a tie. We don't see ties often. Ties are a very distinct thing in Pendragon. They tend to mean a lot in combat, and they tend to mean a lot here.
Okay.
You ask him what brings him to Leo de Grance's lands. He says, looking for work. I assume that we'll be seeing more military expert. What does he say that sort of slips? He says, hold on, I'm thinking about this. He says, I assume that they'll be invading Bath and perhaps into Wells. And he starts to pause, realizing that like that would suggest he knows a bit more about the current state of things, like maybe more than your average mercenary knight. So he kind of leaves it at that, and he says, or any combat, any will do, as long as I get paid and feed my horse.
Yes. Getting paid and feeding one's horse is quite an important thing. So Bath and Wells, you say? That's quite interesting. Interesting places to go. Are you looking forward to the campaign?
You see him kind of scanning around the room. He's not like paying you his full attention. He says, as much as any. Yes, I suppose so.
Yes. Who's your commander, if you don't mind me asking? Have you signed on with anyone?
I have yet to sign on.
Yeah, sign on. It's good. Just keep your options open as best you can. Things can change rather quickly.
Indeed, they can. Sometimes quicker than one might expect.
If there's one thing I've learned during my time in Summerland, or rather Somerset, you never quite know what's going on.
Ah, you've been there.
Yes, I've spent quite some time there. Good people. Good people. Well, please.
He says, I too have spent some time fighting there previously. Though this year I'd like to fight for another.
Well, as best as I know, the good fighting's down south into Cornwall.
From what I heard, there's been no invasion of Cornwall, any raids.
Well, I'll have you know I just raided Glastonbury myself.
Raided it? You raided such a famous monastery? For what purpose?
They were holding hostages. I am a sworn knight of Natalia.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Oh, yes, I wouldn't dare just raid a monastery. Church.
No offense, it's just that I've heard things about some of Natalia's knights, and I can't remember his name. I think it was Sir Gwydir, an infamous raid on Menevia, I believe it was. Led
yes.
plunder and great taking. The Archbishop, Dibricus, I hear, is rather upset about it.
Quite, yes. I wasn't present for that raid. Shame it had to go that way. Sailor Gary, as they say in Gaul.
He raises a glass to you. And he'll get up and he's going to start walking around. I'm going to get an awareness test from everyone because you're all occupied and busy. -5, and you can't apply geniality to this one.
Awareness -5.
Yeah, a failure. That would have been a success.
Okay.
I put points into that on this winter too.
We will.
I'm the only one that succeeded.
Yes. Before I state what I'm going to state, what is everyone's intention for this round? Let's go ahead and just name them. We can do them in any order.
Dancing.
Okay, so Owen for dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beatrice largely hasn't, because I fumbled my last awareness to figure out that anything was happening. So Beatrice has no idea that anything has happened that is out of the ordinary. So she's gonna try and dance with Cadogan. That was the plan the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not as
Specifically, she's going for Minotos.
I take it you've left the babies with the acolytes.
No. Well, we'll bring the babies. It's a family dance. They're little. We can hold
Lucius,
them.
like, they're terrible with babies. That was your
Loud
fault.
with the babies.
babies.
I just come back. Another one. Ugh.
Yeah, it's got back from the thing. And
You're finally seeing like Beatrice like from the front.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ugh.
New baby.
Alien and Lucius, I need to know what the two of you are doing.
Oh, I'm finding
I would
Finnegan because she is super sus about Mifanwe.
Okay.
I'm sus. I have suspicions about these mercenary knights, what their goals are. I would probably. I don't want to game it because Nicole's obviously going to look for Finnegan.
Look, you failed, or you what was it? What was you tied your suspicion with him, so you felt suspicious about him. He did get up and walk away.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye on Ivorith.
Okay.
Not super close, but just I always want to be aware of where he's at in the room. That type of eye on him. Not super close to be listening in on conversations, but just he's over there in that direction. I know where he's at.
All right. So we're going to resolve the dance together, and then we're going to resolve Alien and Lucius together. So we're not going to do the thing we've done in the past, where the speed dating mode. Welcome in, DM Chromie.
Hi.
Hey.
I will do this.
But yeah, we can kind of fly through the dancing.
Yeah, Owen was specifically going for Midotos.
Yep. Why don't both of you, with all your heaps of geniality, go ahead and give me a dancing bonus, or dancing roll with, for Beatrice is +6, and for Owen it's a +5.
I would like you to know that +6 triples my dancing skill. I just need you to know that it is low enough that it's triples my dancing.
Hey!
I'm actually good for once.
Okay, we'll zoom in briefly on both. And DM Chromie, yes, Pendragon 6E is coming out. The GM guide is out. I think it's out already, or this next week or something like that. I'm waiting for my physical copy to bother consuming it. And we're playing out of Book of Feast from 5th edition right now, but there's the new Feast cards in the GM book. So, all right, we're going to zoom in briefly. We will go to Beatrice, who's at the top above the salt here first, with Cadogan, and then we'll go to Owen next.
Cadogan plus children.
Are all the kids dancing with you too?
Well, she has a baby strapped to her.
Okay.
Generally, and I didn't know if he's gonna hold Morwenna. If he's not holding Morwenna, then Morwenna can chill with the other kids. It's fine. But newborn is, I just assume, wrapped to me generally. But
Chromie redeemed a bonus card. You can just tell us who that's for, friend, and we'll roll it up. Miff will be happy to take the infant off you.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, and she'll like watch the other kids to the best of her ability.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we have our moment alone. So Cadogan looks to you, and you know him well. I'm not even going to give you a you rolled dancing, so I'm not even going to give you like a test. You can just tell he's like, you know, when he has to bring up something he doesn't want to bring up with you. You don't have to talk about it here, obviously, but which is probably why he's not bringing it up out of courtesy. But
Cadogan. If you need to say something, you can say it. If you don't want to, and wait until later, that's fine. But
I think you had mentioned previously, perhaps I even remember, it would have been so long ago. Did Olwen have a relative that looked just like her?
yeah, she has a sister who she trusts a little too much, but yeah.
Oh, well, she's here.
She's what?
She's here. I got the impression it wasn't on purpose, but that's a bit of an aside. What I needed to tell you about is I need to go to Great Bridge and see if Sir Dogged's there. Otherwise, we might lose Bowie and Every permanently.
I understand. I could go with you.
If you'd like.
Apparently, it's according to Minotos. Cadwe's in power again, somehow.
From what I hear, they successfully sieged Great Bridge, Ninteliad's men.
I'll think on if I'm going or not. We'd have to leave the kids. So.
Right. Well, the lady queen, the queen seems nice. And she has littles of her own, perhaps. I know you've put a lot of effort into getting to know her.
Neutrality.
You've put on the charm.
She seems very proud of neutrality.
Yeah.
I am no lady. You knew that when you married me.
It's fair. You did have a tendency to throw your wine at people.
I think throwing my wine on people has gotten me into a good spot, if that helps anything.
Right. That's fair. There's a lot to be proud of.
She's gonna subconsciously look down at the baby. Okay. But
do you have the baby, or did you give the baby to Miff just to make sure I understand?
Oh no, I have infant.
Okay. All right. So you're doing some Mennonite dancing right now.
Yeah. Full space in between.
Yeah.
But I still succeeded though, so it's still nice dancing.
Yeah. It's very graceful. Apparently, when you're dealing with the extra front weight, you never tumble backwards. So, with the baby on, I imagine the baby's tied to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to say in that scene? No. Okay.
Nope.
You can. So you got your tick on dancing. I need you to test your love category because that's how this stuff works.
Here, 1 second. I gotta find dancing and ticket before I forget. Got it. All right.
You're not impassioning. It's just death.
Success.
Okay. It's under 16, so you get a tick on it.
Yay! Thank you.
Let's see. I forgot about the bonus card.
It's for Emily.
Okay.
It's for me.
It's for you.
Oh, +5 to energetic, read a language, or cruel. That sounds like your card.
I can barely. It does sound like a me card. Does it have to be used tonight, or can it be used next session?
It has to be used tonight, unfortunately, with this mode.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Someone find something for me to read and a boat to use. Let's go.
Right. Well, that's why there's 3. It gives you the opportunity if something comes up. In the future, I might have cards that you can hold on to, but it's going to take a lot of effort to do that.
Sounds
So
good.
All right, we're gonna go over to. So that is dance success. You get 3 more geniality, so you have 9. You have 90 glory at the end of this piece. Yeah.
I have a circle of it around my little token. What is this like?
No, Lily, come back.
We go to Olwen and Meliodas or Minodos.
Minodos.
Yep. I'll never not do that. I hope you know. All right, and what are you actually? We know what you're doing. You're dancing with him. So carry away.
I'm so glad that you're back.
I'm happy to be back. I'd recommend not riding through the mist.
Generally, yes. But you were so brave to go after Finnegan.
There are a lot of us who did.
Yes, but it's...
The mist broke a lot of them. If I hadn't seen worse, if I was young and green in the field, perhaps I would have been broken too.
I'm glad that you found something to hold on to.
Well, yes.
Well, yes, but not only makes you want to fight, but also grounds you. And I don't know if it'll mean much, but I'm really proud of you.
He smiles, but there's still that uncomfortable look he gives, as someone that tries to shave off over attention on him. He says, well, I've rid myself of my indulgences. Well, all but those in the bedroom, of course. That will just always be a part of me.
Oh, of course. You're so... something, I'm sure. Is it what's a good word to describe that sort of thing? Energetic?
Well, in my youth anyways. It's different these days, but if you find the right passion, he stalls at that.
Sure. Well,
yeah.
whatever helps you with boating, I suppose.
Boating?
I don't know.
Right.
I've heard people say something about that their skills with boating are equitable to their... I don't know. But...
He looks confused.
Yes. I don't know. People say strange things
some
to
sort
me all
of
the time.
innuendo.
Probably I'm
It
not
could
good
be a
with
Summerland
those.
thing.
Maybe.
Or did you perhaps learn it from the Unseelie?
Well, I mean, that's really my own experience, right?
All right. I have no other small talk for him, but if you want anything specific, you feel free to bring it up here.
I think she'll just kind of like chuckle awkwardly at that and just be like, no, I have seen the way you protect Finnegan, and it's very admirable. And I know you don't like the attention. You deflect it. But you're worthy of this praise. Sir Minodos.
Well, there he is now. And with that, we transition away. Elian, you're moving to pursue Finnegan, yes?
Yeah, I'm looking for Finnegan.
Yep.
Is he on the floor, or is because he's now officially knighted?
kind
Well,
of.
you know him well enough, but it is a busy floor. I'm going to give you a recognize roll. You can add your geniality, and you can add a +5 for knowing him well. But it's sort of like you're finding him in a crowd is how this is going to work.
What is my geniality right now? My geniality is 3, it looks like.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 plus 5 is 8. I'm actually asking. I can't do math.
Yes.
It's late.
Yeah, add 8. All right. Yep, there he is, and there he goes. You can tell by the way he's... You remember seeing him earlier tonight. There were a couple of the Leo de Grance's knights that are drinking, and it looks like he might have had his first more than one cup of wine, and he looks like he's on his way to the courtyard to go throw it up.
Okay, at least he's not pulling a Minotos, I guess.
Yeah. You also see another guy moving fairly quickly behind him.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Trying to keep it
it
casual, but certainly seems to be in pursuit.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother with being casual. I'm just gonna go.
Okay. So where you are, you're kind of like you spot him from across the room, so you got to head that way. Simultaneous.
Check recognize. Sorry for
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do, and you get a fair question because we might forget otherwise, and you get 2 geniality.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's your
I'm
action. We're going to pause it for a sec as we cut over to. We change scenes very briefly. We cut across the room to Lucius is in pursuit of Iorth, who is making his way to the courtyard, and you did not pass, so you do not see. You do not get the opportunity to see Finnegan breaking for the courtyard, but you can see that this man is moving toward the courtyard, and then you see aliens start to move in the same direction.
Yep, I'm going in the same direction.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so as the two of you reach the courtyard, probably everyone moving fairly briskly, there is Finnegan, who is now blowing chunks into the water in a pond nearby. And then there is, just behind him, a very large man. This guy. And the two of you see him draw a blade, and you see Iorth start to run towards him. No one has armor. This is a feast, I'll just remind you. No one should have a weapon, but this man has a dagger. We will do an energetic test from Elian, and we're basically determining who's going to leap into action first. Maybe
add geniality.
Maybe not energetic. I'm gonna say this is. You may roll the trait of your choice to represent your springing into action. Some examples might be just, reckless, or valorous, or energetic would probably be the best ones. But if you can justify another one, go for it.
Do we add geniality?
No, you are out of the feast.
Okay.
You may impassion.
Oh. Oh, wow.
All right.
Hang on, let me.
It's a +5 to whatever you are rolling. All right.
So close to a crit. Okay.
Alien, you can say about 2 words and act. So what do you want to say and what do you want to do?
Finnegan, run, and then I want to try and tackle Mr. I have a knife.
Okay, give me that in character. That was two Nicole's voice. Let's have some drama here.
I mean, she gets 2 words.
Yeah. I want to hear it in character voice.
I have to be quiet because there's people sleeping. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to yell. That's okay.
Finnegan, move.
Okay.
I'm not an actor.
It's okay. We don't ask you to be an actor. We ask you to be a role player. So you're all good. I was just looking. I was trying to buy time to see if I could get some music. I need something. Let's use this. Okay. You say those 2 words. What do you do? What is your immediate action?
I want to tackle Mr. I have a knife.
You're gonna try and run up and tackle Mr. I have a knife?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna see if he has an advantage on you, and the only way he could have an advantage is if he crits. Nope. So you have the advantage.
And what am I rolling? Because I'm not armed.
If you're tackling with hand to hand, that is a strength roll. He has a dagger.
Am I still impassioned?
Yes, you are. It's for the scene.
Okay. I succeed.
Okay. So your goal was to like grapple him or to punch him? What was your goal? Tackle him, you said?
Knock him down.
Okay. So you're just diving at him with your strength. You will
knock
go
him
down
and
with
try
him.
And hold him down.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to hold him down.
Okay. And then
if
we cut.
Anything about wrestling? You try and pin them by getting a shoulder down, and then like it's diagonal.
Yep. He squirms. He's like, get off of me. And then we go to Lucius.
All right. Alien is obviously ahead of me. Are there any rocks on the ground? Like a rock?
Sure. Yeah. Probably
okay,
manicured, like rocks that are meant to be here, because it wouldn't be like accidental rocks in a courtyard, but
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, yep. I'm gonna grab a rock, and as the alien's taking them down, I'm coming right behind her. Rock to the forehead on the guy. Just gonna.
Okay, so just to
knock
be
him
clear,
over the head with a rock.
There are 2 guys here. There's this guy, and then there was the guy that she just took down. There was a guy you were following, and the guy she just took down. So what do you want to do? He's Ioworth. You saw spring into like a sprint as the guy pulled the knife.
If I'm trying to read the intention, this is happening all too fast. Ioworth is gonna get hit with the rock.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Because it's happening really fast. I'm trying to see what would be a good trait
Dex.
or skill to use
Dex.
To try to just to try and determine is he going for is he going for the guy, like what is the mystery of Ioworth? I just determined that before I accidentally brain a guy.
I think we need to know. I don't think you're going to be able to, because we established a tie on that already. So your options there are strictly going to be whether or not you're suspicious or you're not suspicious of him. Are you trusting enough to give him the benefit of the doubt?
Okay, let me look at my trust.
You could impassion yourself with honor, or you could test just and see if you're, just in not attacking an innocent man until he's determined guilty. So I will wait with the rock and make sure he's not going to draw a weapon or threaten anyone. Like,
Okay, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna set up the shock put.
Okay.
Test just. Oh no. And shock put just
Roll arbitrary.
Form. Or roll arbitrary.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I get a +3 to arbitrary. I think because that was one of my things.
You don't have to add the +3. It's only if you want to add the +3. Sometimes arbitrary is a useful thing.
Gotcha.
With neither, you don't really have to act anyway. You get to choose.
I get to choose.
Yeah. You can throw the rock at him. If he's a threat, it'll be an advantage. If you don't throw the rock at him and he's a threat, that's probably not ideal for you.
All right. I'm going to trust Lucius is a just person. Perfect form. I've got the shock put set up. If he goes in for Finnegan like he's a threat, I'm going to launch it, and I'm not going to hit him in the back of the head with the rock, just because he's running in the same direction. Lucius. Cyberbro would launch the rock. Cyberbro would throw it, but Lucius is just.
We're here to role play, so it's fair. You're all good.
Yeah.
It's a fair comment. Why don't we go ahead and we cut back to Elian. You've tackled him on the ground. He's gonna try and stab you with his dagger, which is still doable while you pin someone. That's the thing about the dagger.
That's cool. Is Finnegan still throwing up?
Yes. He's like just finishing. He hasn't even noticed that this is happening yet. He's like turning around to see it just now. He's like, oh. So this round he'll be aware of it.
Okay. So what do I roll against getting stabbed?
You are gonna roll. Well, it's a contested, so it's your strength. You're gonna try and keep him pinned, right? And I think if you get another round on him successfully, then you've succeeded. Oh no. All right.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, have I healed since my last time?
Yeah,
I
you're
did
full.
this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're full. It was last year, so absolutely.
Cool.
You take 16 damage without armor as he pierces
I don't
you in
have
the
any
side.
armor.
Yeah. Is that a major wound for you?
It is more than half my health.
Is it a major wound though?
It's your con score.
Oh, my con score. No.
Okay, that's good. That's the key. If it was a major wound, then you'd have to make it something to stay conscious, and you would be suffering what's the word? Is it aging? Not aging roll. Help me out. Major wound roll, I think.
I think it is an aging roll. Like if they
Whatever
roll
it
above
is.
your constitution.
Yeah. Aging roll is slightly different, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we
Attribute loss.
Yeah, attribute loss. So anyways, Alien, you get stabbed in the side and you can feel the heat of the blood. And then it's like Finnegan comes to and he's like, what's going on? And then like at that point, Cyberbro, you see Isleworth diving at the boy. Like he like leaves the ground in like a full tackle mode.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Rock.
Okay. This will be a contested. This will be a contested roll with him.
Okay. Dex. All right.
No, actually, it won't be because his goal is to tackle him, not to dodge a rock. So he is not playing dodge rock. Who would have known after all these years?
Does he get a bonus for it being dodge rock?
Validate it.
Because we've specifically trained in dodge rock.
Well, he does.
Oh my God.
Iorwerth doesn't get a bonus.
No, does Cyberbro get a bonus because we
I'll
have
give you a
trained
plus one.
with us?
I'll give you a +1. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I want to impassion. Let's see. Loyalty Lord. I made an oath to the king, and I will not fail.
All right.
Passion. Success. All right, so that's a +5 plus my +1. That's +6. Dex. All right. Lucius, use rock throw.
You hit. Okay, so what is your... Just click your damage. We'll give you your full damage for this. So not horse damage, but... Ooh. Yeah.
It's super effective.
Yeah, you just smoke him in the head, and I think... I mean, he was already mid-air, so I think even though he, like, gets dummied, he's, like, still tackled Finnegan, right? And they're now in Finnegan, where they're literally where Finnegan was just throwing out, too. So they've just gone into, like, the little pond. I know. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Sorry. But that's the only thing that makes sense. He did turn around.
Yeah.
So, all right, with that... we go to Elian and her opponent. What do you want to do, Elian?
I mean, I think I'm just still trying to hold him down until Finnegan gets the fuck out.
Yep.
And I maybe get some help. Because I am unarmed.
Yep. Go ahead, and it's going to be another contested roll. It's another contested roll when you can, Elian.
Sorry, there was a loud noise over here.
I did hear that.
Yeah, I was not even from my room. I don't know what the fuck it was.
You're not rolling size, though. You're rolling your strength.
Oh, strength. It would still be a success.
You want? It's contested. I'm giving you a chance to re-roll it.
Oh, okay.
He got you for higher.
Yep.
You get stabbed for another 15.
Well, I'm down.
Okay. Lucius.
Yes.
What do you want to do? You see that Elian is bleeding quite profusely, and that someone struck her with a dagger.
Okay.
Do you even know that
Can I have
Elian's
another
a
rock?
woman? Like,
And how long?
Yeah, has that come up?
actually,
I feel like
I don't
know it had to have.
probably.
He probably, yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't think it's been explicitly stated, but I think he's been around long enough to
Make
like,
it
notice.
make
like,
an
you never
intrigue
have
roll without any bonuses, and if you fumble it, then you never heard. Like you were like, what?
It'd be a Mulan situation. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've discovered it at some point. But anyways, you see that Elian's nothing matters. This is a funny thought I had.
Yeah.
You see that Elian's in a dire situation.
Gotcha. Can I have another rock?
You can. You know where they are. You want to pick it up and hit? I mean, you could get over to him and close the distance if you want. He looks like he's basically managed to render Elian useless for the fight, and he's now trying to get up.
Right. Right.
Yes,
I don't want
just
to
have to throw my
one.
body off of him.
I don't want to throw this rock. I would kind of want to
Like run
hook
over
him
and
with this. Yeah, we'll run over and hook him with this rock. That's what I want to do. I assume Finnegan can handle the guy. I hit him in the head with the rock. Like, dude, I serve this up to you. This is a W for Finnegan. He can figure it out.
that guy is
but
unconscious. and Finnegan, not knowing fully what's going on, is kind of dragging him out of the water so that guy doesn't drown. That's what he's doing right now. But the guy's unconscious.
Mercy is a virtue, Finnegan. Sometimes mercy isn't a virtue. And yeah, Lucius, rock in hand, comes around the side and just hooks the other guy with the rock.
All right, so this will be contested. He will aim to stab you since you're running up with the rock with his dagger.
All right. I am impassioned, but I'm not throwing the rock, so
Right.
What do you want? What do you want me to roll?
Strength in that case.
All right, strength. Okay. Fine.
Well, a crit is certainly better than that. So roll your damage and roll your crit damage. So it's you roll your damage on your sheet and then you roll 4d6 more. Or you click.
All right,
crit.
damage.
You hit the crit
right.
bonus damage button.
And then you want 40.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see
It's okay.
it.
It's okay. Just roll 4d6.
Dice roll 4d6.
That is still a lot of damage, and it would down most men. He is a hardy mofo. Let me just see something real quick.
That's 22 to his head, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's down.
But you know,
Let's look at something. Yeah, he's down. He's unconscious. So you just hit him, and he just kind of stands tall and it dovetails over and lands on his back, and you can see like the blood trickling like around his head.
Okay. Finnegan was technically just a squire. I'm gonna look at Finnegan and tell him to tend to Elian. Because my first aid, let me check my first aid. Those guys are down, they're fine. First aid, yeah, I've got a 7 in first aid. I will be of no use to them.
Okay.
I give Finnegan the other guy's dagger. I tell him to tend to Elian. I'm going to get help. Stab them if they get up.
When you hand him the dagger, he drops the dagger and then he like scrambles and he picks it up and he's like, right. And I will remind you, he's drunk, so he's gonna as you run off, he'll say get Owen and
I mean, a drunk Finnegan is better than me. I've got a 7 in first aid. I trust my luck a lot, dude. I really do. But man, I don't want to dance with this one, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna run in and my lord, help, please! Assassins in the courtyard.
That if you say that, yeah, the room. Immediately, the guards take to action. Every place is secured. Olwen, why don't you go ahead and give us a first aid roll for Elian?
Do I add my geniality?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Elian was not at 0 anyways, right?
I was a 0.
Oh, you're at
Yes.
0. Oh no. She got 2. You can first aid test the second one. I will warn you that if you don't get her back to 1, she will die. If you want to consider.
Well,
passions.
I will yell at my dice then.
No pressure.
All right, dice. You heard Bob. I suppose I can impassion.
That's
And then it can be my fault.
if you listened. Yeah.
I did. It audio processing took a second.
Gotcha.
So, would loyalty branches apply?
Yes.
Is she
for
considered?
Elian.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So you can't fail now,
Correct.
right? So roll, because if you crit, that's like a extra
Yeah.
health.
It's a pass.
Okay. Roll a
And
d3.
roll 23.
Mm-hmm. Elian's been stabilized thanks to the healing on the second wound. We are going to do I know it's late, so I'm going to close with a couple of real brief things. So everyone's geniality turns into glory. So that's 2 for Lucius. Unless I missed you. I don't think so, because you left on the last scene.
Yeah.
2 for Lucius, 5 for Elian, 7
I have it all recorded.
Owen. Okay, perfect. Outside of that, Cyberbro, you did get a crit. That's probably recorded, but you also get 40 glory for dropping 2 knights in the manner you did. Elian, you get 100 glory for protecting the Winter Prince from being stabbed. 100 for Elian. Though it didn't look super heroic to get stabbed to unconsciousness, being a knight without a weapon and holding down what looked like a superior foe who had a weapon is worthy of glory, and sacrifice is always worthy of glory. So,
All right. It is all written down.
Okay. In the next couple of days that follow, and we'll kind of play into this in the near future. Sorry, we're getting your clicks, Nicole. There.
Yep.
In the next couple of days that follow, there's an investigation done. One of the knights recognizes that this man was apparently spending quite a bit of time in Dorset. Isleworth, however, has petitioned that he is not guilty, that he merely, because he survives, so someone will look after him. He was unconscious, but not at 0. He says that he was there to help the boy. And we'll pause on the why. I'm sure someone's interested in that. We can resume next time. All right. That brings us to the end of the session. Why don't we go ahead and do some outros, and then we can close. Rebecca.
All right. Hi, I am Rebecca, and I've been playing Lady Owen. And I got to see my sister, who's here to see me, and only me. She was looking for me. I love her. I famously trust fairies, and I almost famously trust redheads, and I famously love my family. So of course it was right. All right. Yeah. Join our Discord if you'd like. It's good. And that's all I'll say then.
Awesome. Thank you. We will go to Emily next.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Beatrice. I had a great time. So, Beatrice has no idea what's going on, so she had a great time.
All right. And Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I played Lost, and I survived somehow. Yeah.
You did. Welcome to Unconsciousness. We will deal with your need surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got 100 glory for it. Cyberbro.
All right, I am Cyberbro. I played Sir Lucius Julius Julianus. And remember, the rock is mightier than the sword.
When there isn't a sword, is mightier than the dagger.
What's interesting about this is news must have spread, as all of you quite learn, that there's at least 3 figures within this castle, within this feast, that were external entities that seem to know to go here to find the Winter Prince. Yeah. All right. And with that, I'm Bob. We play Pendragon in 3 different games that are all connected in the same universe. We have this Summerland game on Tuesdays. We have a game set in Wales on Fridays, and we have a game set in Salisbury on Sundays. We have 3 different groups. They all interconnect. If you like Pendragon, or you're just looking for like a good political intrigue, that's kind of what we do. We also have a new show kicking off. It'll be a short one, a session 0 of the Topaz tournament, Legend of the Five Rings short story, with a lot of streamers. Streamer friends from Mortal Rolls will be present, as will GM of Revan, and of course we have Rebecca and Mark joining us, who are part of our regular group, Cats Meow. And yeah, we're there. And sorry, I'm forgetting All Things Fantasy.
We've got All Things Fantasy and Cleansing Rain as well.
Cleansing Rain, indeed.
Yeah.
So it is. So it's a very, very big cast. It's going to be very structured to survive such a big cast, but it's only going to be a real short story. So.
Oh, and Yampa.
Yep, and Yampa. Good call. All right, so that's all I'm going to shout out tonight. If you like what you saw here, I do have a YouTube. Go ahead and give it a look. There's lots of content there. There's all our backlog, but there's also other videos about Pendragon and other adjacent things in the tabletop role-playing realm. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
I stopped before rating, but that's okay.
I'm gonna dip. I usually don't dip this quick.